Hi guys, welcome to Brains and the Beat. If you're new here, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're oldie but goodie, thank you for staying tuned to your girl. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about 3 stories. And the first one we're going to be talking about is the fire that destroyed Billy Wilmot's house. Then we're going to be talking about the 11 Edwin Allen High School students injured in a crash. And then we're going to be talking about the teacher that died on Teacher's Day. That is so sad. So let's get into this story. And it says, the childhood home of Anthony Billy Wilmot in 9 Miles, Bull Bay, went up in flames yesterday afternoon. Wilmot is known for his role as CC in the Jamaican drama Royal Palm Estate, and he is recognized for his role in Surfing in Jamaica. Beatram Taylor, district officer at the Rollington Town Fire Department, said that they were informed that the blaze was started by children in the house who were playing with fire upstairs. Firefighters received a call at 3:25 p.m., but by the time they have arrived, 7 minutes later, the house was already engulfed in flames. The Wilmots were able to salvage very little, and 7 people, including 3 children, are now without a home. But for Claudette Wilmot, Billy Wilmot's wife, the family lost more than a home as a lot of Jamaica's history went up in flames. There is a whole lot of historical stuff in there because my in-laws were journalists and a lot of their work was in the house. We lost a whole lot of irreplaceable stuff, she said. Apart from the artwork and the carvings and so on, just the artifacts, the documents that were there. There was even a letter from the last colonial governor. A whole lot of old photographs, letters signed by Michael Manley, and the original painting by Ras Daniel Harmond called Generation Untold 1969. Billy Wilmot added that the family lost up to $40 million worth of possessions. Luckily, some of his most valuable possessions, his surfboards, are still safe. The sea quite alright, the sea no catch a fire, and the surfboards are outside, he said. At least me not fi worry about clothes fi wear. See, me have on me one suit here, he added, bringing some humor to the sad atmosphere. That must be very tragic to lose your house, especially a house that have so much history in it. Is very sad, and I'm very sad for the Wilmot family. I'm sure they are going to take care of it and their house will be back up and they will be good. The next one we're going to be talking about is the 11 Edwin Allen students that was in the car crash. 9 students were admitted to the Percy Jr. Hospital and 2 transferred to the Kingston Public Hospital after a taxi in which they were traveling careered off the Grantham Bridge and plunged into the river below after colliding with another vehicle. Some of the students had reportedly been sitting in each other's lap. Eyewitness Simone Smith blamed the speeding taxi driver for the crash. It was like a movie, recounted Smith, who said she had been waiting for a taxi to transport her daughter to school. Smith also criticized onlookers who were more interested in using their cell phone cameras to record the aftermath of the crash than help the injured student. Meanwhile, Everton Walters, principal of Edwin Allen High in Frankfield, Clarendon, used the tragic incident to highlight the urgent need for a public transportation network for rural Jamaica. I have always voiced the opinion that rural parts need proper transportation for our students, he said. It is not right to have 12 persons in one car, he said. Walters also said he would like the Jamaica Urban Transit Company to start providing buses to transport students on the Maypen to Frankfield route. And my little cousin actually go to Edwin Alley. She is there on a running scholarship, so this is very sad to me. Keep on saying this over and over again. They do not take heed on Jamaican roads at all. They don't take heed. They drive fast, they drive crazy, and a lot of the times the people that are in these vehicles are not telling them to stop what they're doing or don't drive with me like that or any of that. They just go along with it. And then when people lose their life, it's so tragic. So tragic. These 11 kids, they didn't live any type of life yet. What if one of them lose their life? Like, it is so sad, and I can't say it enough. Next one we're going to be talking about is a teacher that was murdered on Teachers Day. Like most teachers, Clavon Campbell would have been greeted with gifts and well wishes from his students at the Belmont Park Primary School yesterday. Sadly, his life was snuffed out just hours before he was scheduled to begin classes at the institution. When the star visited Westmed, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I know you guys love to hawk down my throat talking about I'm not pronouncing this right and I didn't say this right. I'm gonna say Westmed. When the star visited Westmed St. Catherine community yesterday, small groups of people spoke in hushed tones. However, some of them went scampering upon seeing the news team. Fresh on the lips of everyone was the brutal killing of Campbell, who was described by one of his neighbors as a decent human being. According to Senior Superintendent Clive Blair, commanding officer for the St. Catherine South Police Division, the 35-year-old teacher was attacked sometime after 3 o'clock Wednesday morning by two men who broke into his house. One of the attackers were armed with a gun. Blair said there was a struggle between Campbell and the armed intruder which ended with the teacher being shot several times. Campbell was also the guardian for his two nephews, one of whom was also injured during the home invasion. One of Campbell's neighbors said that she was awakened by the sound of gunshots in the wee hours yesterday morning but had no idea the bullets were being pumped into the body of her neighbor. When things like this happen, I know that it is time to move out of the community. One time people used to look out for each other, but not anymore. People are now harboring criminals and the things are getting out of hand. Mr. Campbell didn't deserve this. I heard the shots last night but didn't know it was over his house until I saw a police vehicle. Mr. Campbell was a good man. He loved his students. Just recently he was telling me that he had plans to teach over 140 children this summer to prepare them for primary exit profile PEP exam, she said. Also present at the crime scene was People's National Party Councillor Kenrod Grant, who said that the gloom now hangs over the community. He was a man that was very passionate and committed about his work and the students in the community particularly. The last time we spoke about an activity he wanted to explore in the upcoming summers. He wanted to do a summer camp for the PEP students. Throughout the year, he used a host classes in his yard for the PEP students. To hear that he died this way is not welcoming news at all, he said. It is understood that Campbell also operated a small bookstore within his home. He was also overseeing a cooking gas outlet for his brother, who has recently migrated. So this man is making an honest living and they scoffed out his life because them red-eye greedy and don't want to work and just want to see people things and take it away. Honestly, this is sad, and he's not the only teacher that we have lost. We have lost another teacher recently, and it's very sad that our educators are now being targets. They don't even make that much money for them to be targets. Okay, they have to be fighting and little money that they do make. And quite honestly, I think they should make more, because if I was a teacher in Jamaica, I would not do it. Okay, I'm just saying, I'm just being real. Anyways, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. And that is your latest news and reviews of Jamaica. Deuces.